Hi, this is Mark from LongIslandWatch.com. Today we will be checking out two new Squale models. Both are, well, kind of the same watch, just with different straps. Why don't we say we're checking out one new Squale model? It's a 1521 case, which is their really popular, probably the most popular case, is otherwise known as the 50 Atmos. It's a beautiful 40mm case, water resistant to 500 meters. And my all favorite popular ocean blue model comes in this case. So this time though, it's a green dial. And for Squale, definitely something relatively new in all my years of carrying them, which at this point, it's probably close to being 10 years or so. I can't really recall many green dials. I know in the Master Series, they did a bronze and green dial, but never much in the way of green in the other one. So kind of psyched to check this one out. It's in their ombre dial, kind of like a degrading dial from the center out. Looks really nifty. For my own wrist check, I am wearing the Islander Republic GMT, which I'm actually quite excited to say was featured in a Fratello article last week on affordable GMTs. So that was really cool to see. I'm glad to get a little bit of press on that. And then my other wrist is still one of the most popular, if not the most popular Islander to date, the Islander ISL 18, kind of that Yachtmaster vibe looking watch. That's all I have here. Let's check out the Squale. So as I mentioned in the open, I'm going to show you two of them, but really they're the same watch. They just differ by the strap attachment. One of them is on that kind of tropic style rubber, and this one's on a nice green leather, which I know leather on a diver, a lot of people will poo-poo, but man, it just looks so nice on here, and you can easily swap it out for your favorite strap because they're 20mm lugs, the Squale Milanese bracelet, polished, whatever you want to make it a true diver. That's fully up to you. But as I mentioned, it is based on their 1521 case, which is pretty much their most popular case to date, that 50 Atmos case. I own two 50 Atmos watches, the Ocean Blue polished and one of the TGV limited edition ones. It's just such a comfortable watch to wear. So the case itself is right around 41mm, but the bezel, you'll see, sticks proud of the case by around 1/2 mil on each side. So the bezel itself is 42mm, but your wearable size is going to be more like 41. Okay, it's going to be 14 thick to a flat sapphire crystal with inner AR. It is 49mm on the lug tip to lug tip, but look how nice the lugs square down. I'm not going to say curve down because it's more of an angular thing. See how they come down really nicely. Is a solid screw down case back. Again, 500 meters of water resistance, so we wouldn't expect to find any kind of exhibition case back or anything. The AR crystal I mentioned, 20mm strap. Again, this is a nice, beautiful leather strap, Italian leather strap, green. The watch on either strap, right around 105 grams or so. On the bracelet, obviously, it would be decently heavier. Price, on the leather, not sure if I mentioned price yet. I haven't even said that much yet, but I can't remember anymore. On the leather, $932 is the web price, and on the rubber, $968. And I'll get into the rubber in a second. So powering the watch is a Sellita SW200-1, and Squale has made the conscious decision now in all their 1521s to make them all elaborate grade movements. So it's definitely a higher grade movement. It gets regulated to a couple of positions, so you're getting a better grade movement than standard. Let's come in on the dial and check out that beautiful green dial. White hour hand, orange minutes hand for ease of telling the time. I do wish they dropped the date on a couple of the 1521 models eventually. I mean, I know they did on the Militari, but it just looks like they could do without the date here. The dial is just awesome. So Swiss made at the bottom, because it is a Swiss made watch. Squale is an Italian company. The watches are made in Switzerland. We have the shark logo at the bottom and the logo of the company at the top with the Von Buren family crest. In case you're unaware of why that happened, it is a historical thing. Squale is a case maker, or was a case maker first and foremost. So a lot of their cases were used by other manufacturers. So the Squale name would be on the bottom of the dial, and then the brand name of watch would be on top of the dial. So in sticking with historical correctness, Squale has double branded it because they are indeed the case maker and the watchmaker. The screw down crown is neatly tucked away with the family crest embossed on it. Makes it a real... So the crown on 1521s is tough to get to, especially with gloves. But you don't use the crown that much, and it's tucked away so nice that you don't even know it's there. But you can hand wind this watch, you can hack it. Seconds, hand stops, change the time, change the date. Around a 40-hour power reserve. I don't know if I could do it with gloves. Let's see. Come on. You can see that AR as I move it through the light. There we go, it caught. There we go. I think it caught. It did. See now when it's seated, see how nice and buried the crown is? That's really, really nice. The bezel's 120 click unidirectional ratcheting bezel. Beautiful feel. Squale has certainly over the years updated and upgraded their bezel locking system or the ratcheting system. We've got a beautiful polished chapter ring underneath. You can see it. And we are looking at an aluminum insert with a little sapphire covered, a lume pip that's covered with a little piece of sapphire. So when the lights go out, it looks really nice. The lume is C3 Super Luminova. So this is the one, as I mentioned, on the leather strap. And then they do, if you really are going to dive or go into water a lot, you obviously probably want to pick up the one on the Tropic strap. Beautiful, looks really nice. Good contrast on the black. Sweet. Like I said, on the Milanese bracelet, which I didn't bring with me to the filming area, this would be awesome. I do want to point out, since Squale has been online for a long time, there was a time when they were engraving Squale on the side of the case. That does not happen anymore, so these are all smooth cases. That hasn't happened in years, so if you do come across one with Squale engraved on the case, you know it's probably at least 3 years old. Let's flip out the lights and we'll do a wrist shot. And here you go in the dark. Obviously, it's very easy to read in the dark. C3 really comes to light, if you will. We have a little bezel pip at the 12 o'clock for bezel timing. And we also have an orientation triangle at the 12, so we never lose sight of where 12 o'clock is. So when we have to look at the time in the dark, we know where north is. So here we go. Here is that rubber strap version on my 6.5, 6 3/4 inch wrist. Fits me great. As I said, I own a couple of 1521 or 50 Atmos watches. It's awesome. Feels great. Green is a great, great color. And I love the way they executed this one. And I think that's going to wrap us up for today. This has been Mark from LongIslandWatch.com showing a couple of new Squale green 1521 models. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Questions, comments, anything else you want to say, you can leave it down below. And I'll be sure to address it as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.